Y'all ready for some good old homemade biscuits? Now, I know I've done this a million times before, but I got a bunch of new followers and they need some updated content. So let me show you how I do it. Okay, y'all, I'm starting off with some white lily self-rising flour. Why? Because it's the best. I'm going to go ahead and add it to my bowl. Then I'm going in with some sugar. After that, I'm going in with some salt. And then I'm going to get in there and get that all mixed up. Now, after that, y'all, I'm going to shred in me some butter. Why? Because butter makes it better. And then, y'all, I'm going to get in there with my hands and mix that all in. Now, y'all, I'm going to go ahead on and make me a well in the center. So now I'm just going to go ahead on and pour in some homemade buttermilk. And after that, I'm going to get in there, y'all, and start working it in. Now, after that, I'm going to give my mat a good dusting of flour. And then I'm going to pour my biscuit dough right there on the top. Now it's time to start working that dough, as mama used to say. So I'm going to get in there and start working that dough. I'm going to mash it all out, and then I'm going to start folding it up. Now, this is how we get those perfect layers. You got to fold it up. Now, I'm going to do this a couple of times, y'all. I'm just going to fold it up. Then I'm going to mash it out again, all again, and start folding it up. Folding it on each side, then folding it from the bottom, and then I'm going to go back in from the top. Now, once I get it all folded up, I'm just going to mash it back down again, and now it's time to start cutting my biscuits out. So now I'm going to take my biscuit cutter. I'm going to put it in a little bit of flour first so it won't stick, and then I'm going to start cutting my biscuits out. Just like that, y'all. Now I'm going to add it to my greased baking sheet. Now let's do this one more time. So I'm going to stick it in my flour to stop it from sticking. Then I'm going to start cutting out my biscuits. Now the key to this is to not turn your biscuit cutter. That way your biscuits come out good and fluffy. Now add them to the baking sheet. Now into the oven it goes. And moving magic, they're out of the oven. They're looking good and they're smelling so doggone good. Lord have mercy. Now it's time to butter them things up. Why? Because butter makes everything better. Now y'all get on up in here and look at this masterpiece right here. Oh, wait. Now let me bust it wide open so you can see it. Honey, honey, honey. Lord have mercy. I had to get me some good old homemade apple butter and put it right there on the top. Now let me close that thing on up. Now y'all already know what's next. I just got to give it a taste. This just don't make no sense. Got the homemade apple butter too. Shut your entire mouth. But honey, keep on talking. Got me over here doing the greedy spirit dance. I had to drop the spoon on this one, honey, because that's good right there.